Hey guys, how's it going? I just got a Grizzly 2017 special edition, giving you a little video. I had a King Quad 2014 750. Great machine, and I'm just going to do a quick comparison between the two machines. I really like this machine, but there's a lot of issues, and I tried fixing them. And I did fix the airbox. Well, I'll get to that in about a couple of minutes here. And it really helped the performance of the bike and the heat, the exhaust off your leg. Maybe you guys probably want to do this at home. So I'll start off by showing you what I did do for first upgrade. Is I put these tires on. They're 8-ply, they're ITP Badger Cross. They're really awesome tires for all-terrain tires. They're heavy, they're 8-ply, so it keeps the front down from lifting because this bike, as you turn and you give it a little bit of throttle, the front wants to lift and you don't have any traction in the front. So I put a heavier tire on, and that helped quite a bit. I did do the 1.5 millimeter shim in the primary clutch. That was a very nice addition, but I'm still not getting the torque that I had out of my Suzuki, so I'm going to put in a secondary spring purple from EPI and 4 Kodiak rollers 450. That should give me a little bit more torque, low-end torque, and some of the guys on the forums have done it and they loved it. I did fix the problem with my airbox because the engine is right underneath the airbox, and the airbox is sucking up a lot of hot air, which would cut down the performance of this machine in the first 10 minutes. And it was incredible how much lag I was having when I was taking off. So what I did is I took a 1-inch plastic pipe and I just stuck it behind the oil filter here. See, I don't know if you see it, it presses up so it stays nice and tight, and it still has maneuverability in there, and it really helped a lot. I didn't have as many backfires, but I was still having backfires when I let off the throttle. So I was looking at the machine here, and all the hot air would stay in this area here, so my filter would just be sucking hot air and going back into the engine, which was hot, and it wasn't running like, you know, a machine should be running. So what I did is I drilled, I don't know if you can see that, small little holes here, and I did small little holes underneath here, and then I did holes right there. Now all the hot air comes out here, which is nice in the winter because you're getting a little bit of heat on you, and in the summer, well, you got to make do. At least it's not burning your leg off. I tried it out yesterday with this modification, and the exhaust is so much cooler and the machine has so much more torque now. It's insane. The difference was day and night. So Yamaha, if you ever look at these videos, maybe trying to find a new place or a new route to put the airbox in, because this is just awful. This is really bad design. And we'll go around back here. I did cut these things down here so I can clean out the crap out of it from mudding and stuff like that and dirt, because the plastics were going straight across here and it was like really nasty to clean. It was probably impossible to clean. You always had to get your hand in. And here the plastic was a little bit up to here, a little bit lower, yeah, about there. And what I did is I cut them down and I made a line, and now I can put the pressure washer in here, and then all the shit that's in there washes back out. So guys, I strongly suggest you do that, because you don't know how much stuff gets into that little hole and rots the frame from inside. I did it to the other side too. See, nice easy access. I put my switches for the heated handlebars and the heated thumb here. Didn't like it up there. There's already too many freaking buttons, so I just stuck them right there. What else did I do to this machine? Not really much. I mean, I think it's a really great machine. I really love the clutch on this thing. It really snaps in compared to the Suzuki, especially that I put the 1.5 millimeter shim in there. It's really awesome. The secondary spring, I'm going to do the same thing I did to the Suzuki, is just change it purple EPI spring, which should bring this bike's performance like up to where it should be for 2017. Because if I have to compare bikes with my 2014 and my 2017, I'm disappointed. I thought I was getting a more modern bike, more bang for my buck by switching, and that is not the case. My Suzuki had a little bit more low-end torque with less modifications, but this bike definitely rides faster. But for what I do, going in trails through the woods, I'm not hitting 55 miles an hour. You know, I want a bike that hits 25 miles an hour and has good torque, low-end torque to pull stuff. The Suzuki had that over this bike, and not by much, but it showed. The second thing is on the Grizzly here, a lot of maintenance, like greasing zerts and everything like that. I don't know if I can get in there and you see the zerts. There's zerts that you got to grease. Trying to get something in there to grease these wheels is just freaking hard as hell. I don't know if you see them back there, right there. Zerts, you got one on the bottom, one up on top, and you got this on the back wheels and everything like this. Really hard to grease, and you got to do this like every 15 rides. And guys, go for boat grease. It's waterproof, so it lasts a little bit longer. If you don't use the boat grease, you're gonna have to do it like every 8 to 10 rides, because the grease disappears on these things. What else did I do here? Sorry guys, I'm just seeing. Oh yes, the exhaust pipe. This I really loved. This part here goes down into a hook, and it goes to right about here. The sound out of this bike, man, my kid's little bike sounds better than this bike. It just sounded horrible. It sounded like a Fisher-Price toy. So what I did is I cut it here. I took out the cork. I pierced the cork at the other end, and now it sounds a little bit more beefier, a little nicer. And again, I'm not going to say it gave it a big performance gain, but it shows on the throttle a bit. But you got to really notice. Besides that, the bike is decent. I like it. The power steering on this compared to my Suzuki is phenomenal. I mean, really best bike I've ever had with power steering. Ride comfort, the Suzuki, hands down, the ride was much better. The seat, they changed the seat compared to the 2014-15. My brother has a 14 Grizzly, and the seat on this one is much nicer, but still on the Suzuki, it's still a nicer ride. The Suzuki is better balanced. Going uphill, downhill, the Suzuki had it. This is very tippy still, even with the new frame and everything. It doesn't feel right. And the Suzuki was much lower maintenance. What else can I say about this? Really, it's an okay bike. I mean, I think Yamaha should have invested a little bit more time before coming out with a new model, because there's a lot of little issues that annoy me, like the exhaust, the freaking air intake. I mean, this is nice. The lever without the pressing the handbrake, that's awesome. That's A1. The fan is still at a good place. Oh yeah, if you guys like mudding, I like really good mudding, these brakes on the Yamaha Grizzly are shit. I go through brake pads. I think I got 2,000 something kilometers on this. It's already my second pair of brake pads. The dust, the mud gets stuck between the galloper and the brake pads, and I mean, it just wears them down. The Suzuki had a wet brake in the back, and for mudding, that was like the best. You can't beat a wet brake for an off-road vehicle. Okay, I'll put the 2 discs on the front, but I need a wet brake. And Suzuki, that was awesome. I mean, I got out of that slime, that grudge, and I was going downhill. I had brakes. It wasn't sliding like this was. The engine brake on the Suzuki was much better than the Yamaha. Even the 14s, much better. Just had more control. It was really a good bike. And if I had to choose again for 2017, I would probably choose the Suzuki again. Riding this, I mean, like I said, it's a brand new, and I went from a 14 to a 17. I thought I was trading up, and not really. I wasn't trading up that much. Suzuki, my 2014, was more fuel economic than this. This I'll only do 110 kilometers. I'll probably do 130, 35 on the Suzuki, and it had a smaller gas tank than this one. You know, this is, again, this is my personal opinions. The lights are freaking awesome. That I gotta give it. But Yamaha, LED, normal standard light. I mean, come on, really? You couldn't put in an extra 35 cents? Okay, anyways, well, you know, that's not for me to decide. But overall, guys, this is a really good bike. And like I said, I would rather a Suzuki over a Grizzly. That's my opinion, because I do a lot of mudding. I like heavy stuff. But you know, if you're a single rider, go out and get this bike. It's an awesome bike. It's really good. Do the little modifications and upgrades, and it'll be sublime. But if you really like heavy mud, getting down and getting dirty, and get yourself a Suzuki. The ride is better. Pull power is better. Power steering, well, Suzuki's got to upgrade that, I'm pretty sure. But so far, I mean, like, I got 2,000 kilometers on this bike, and you know, it's 2 different bikes, and it shows. The suspension on the Suzuki I really liked. This one's not bad either, but I mean, it's still tippy. That's it, guys. I mean, that's all I have to say about this bike. It's a really good bike. But definitely try the upgrade for the air filter box. It really helps. It like I said, the exhaust doesn't get as hot because you're evacuating all the hot air out of here. Oh yeah, sorry, I did it up here too. I see the hole here. I got a hole on the other side right there. I'll lift it up and I'll show you what I did. Put another hole here, right there. Don't know, see right there, sorry, right there. So it goes straight from there. All goes around here, and it helps push all this stuff out. And guys, it really changes the performance on your bike, because I don't know what car or what bike that runs on hot air gets the best performance. I have never heard that, I've never seen that, but since I did this mod here with the holes and everything like that, it's all that hot air, so it's getting a chance to get some fresh air in the engine. I mean, yeah, it's kick-ass. You notice the difference right away. Alright, well guys, this is my first video. I hope I did it well enough for you guys. Any comments, well, I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. So take care, and I'll see you guys later. Hopefully I'll post more videos.